It begins not with an announcement, but a feeling. A subtle tension online. A quiet buzz that turns into a roar. Drake, the king of calculated silence and sudden moves, has returned to the center of controversy, not with a formal rollout or an orchestrated campaign, but with a YouTube live stream. No press release, no warning. Just an unfiltered lens into the mind of an artist who refuses to stay out of the spotlight, especially when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. On Friday night, while much of America was unwinding into the weekend, Drake took to the internet and did what he does best, took control of the conversation. His live stream, titled Iceman, Episode 1, wasn't just a casual ride through Toronto in a van wrapped in cryptic branding. It was a statement, a reminder, and for some, a provocation. That provocation came in the form of a brand new single, What Did I Miss? A track that quickly became the centerpiece of the stream, and more importantly, a spark to reignite the flames of one of hip-hop's most bitter and layered rivalries, Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. The moment the beat dropped, fans knew something was brewing. It wasn't just a new song, it was a mood. The kind of track that feels designed to be dissected, not just enjoyed. And when Drake delivered the now viral line, I saw bro in the pop out with them but been dick riding gang since headlines. The internet exploded. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't veiled. It was unmistakable, a jab at Kendrick Lamar, directly referencing the pop out, Kendrick's star-studded Juneteenth concert in Los Angeles, 2024. A concert that not only united West Coast legends like Dr. Dre, Tyler, The Creator, and YG, but one that also symbolized Kendrick's homecoming after months of silence and tension with Drake. For Drake to name-drop that moment while referencing headlines, his 2011 breakout hit, was to call out Kendrick for what he sees as disloyal opportunism. Riding waves. Jumping sides. Pretending. The diss wasn't random, it was a layered callback. It implied that Kendrick, despite his recent dominance and unity-themed performance, had long been orbiting Drake's legacy. That while Kendrick used the pop-out to draw a line in the sand, Drake believes he's always been the gravitational center. The line, in Drake's cadence, wasn't shouted, it was delivered with surgical coolness. Calm but cutting. This isn't the first time Drake has aired out grievances on wax, but this track feels different. In the aftermath of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, which smashed streaming records and turned into an anti-Drake anthem across America, many expected Drake to fall back. The accusations Kendrick leveled, particularly those suggesting Drake's alleged inappropriate behavior, weren't just lyrical jabs. They were reputation-level threats. And for weeks, Drake remained unusually quiet. Now, it seems, that silence has broken. But What Did I Miss? Isn't just about Kendrick. It's about the fallout. It's about the shifting tides in Drake's orbit. Listeners were quick to notice other lines that hinted at betrayal, disappointment, and shifting loyalties, perhaps even from those Drake once called friends. One theory gaining steam online? That Drake may also be subtly taking shots at none other than LeBron James. Yes, LeBron, the basketball titan and longtime Drake supporter, was spotted at Kendrick Lamar's pop-out concert. And while there's no direct mention of his name in the song, fans have pointed to specific phrasing and tonal shifts in the lyrics that feel like subtle digs. Lines about those standing beside me, now, hanging with the enemy, have raised eyebrows. Was Drake blindsided by LeBron's public support of Kendrick? Did he feel betrayed by someone he's long praised and been close with? In an era where celebrity friendships and alliances are as public as they are fragile, Drake's decision to even hint at LeBron in this context is telling. He knows the fans will connect the dots. He knows the internet thrives off speculation. And in many ways, that's the point. During the live stream, Drake didn't offer clarity, he offered mystery. Driving the Iceman van through Toronto, stopping to interact with fans, and even sitting inside a warehouse to eat while watching archival footage of his younger self, he presented an aesthetic of reflection and control. But everything was deliberate. Every shot of the van, every snippet of the song, every facial expression, it all pointed to one conclusion. Drake is very aware of the storm he's stepping into. And he welcomes it. What Did I Miss? Serves as both a reintroduction and a challenge. It's the kind of track that doesn't scream diss record on the surface, but underneath its glossy production and melodic phrasing lies an unmistakable hostility. A man bruised, but not broken. A king refusing to vacate his throne without a fight. The rollout itself adds to the drama. The van featured a fake phone number and the cryptic website the-Iceman.com. Fans quickly began tracking the van's movements in real life. Social media lit up with videos and photos of the truck spotted in various Toronto locations. Some said it was performance art. Others said it was trolling. But no matter what you call it worked. The buzz is undeniable. Reactions to the song have been mixed. Some fans praise Drake for staying in the ring, refusing to be silenced by Kendrick's momentum. Others feel the diss is weak, indirect, and too little too late. They argue that Kendrick strikes euphoria, Meet the Grahams, and Not Like Us hit harder, cut deeper, and left Drake scrambling. But there's another perspective too, one that sees What Did I Miss? Not as a knockout punch, but a slow-burning counter-move. Drake has always played the long game. He's never been the rapper to explode first. He calculates, he adapts, and then he repositions. This single may not be his most aggressive move, but it might be the beginning of a larger rollout designed to chip away at Kendrick's narrative advantage. And that's where Iceman, the rumored upcoming album, enters the picture. If What Did I Miss is the opening shot, then Iceman could be the full-scale campaign. Drake hasn't revealed much, but what we do know is that he's deliberately building an aesthetic cold, detached, surgical. Iceman, as a title, suggests someone who's unbothered, focused, emotionally restrained. A man who's been painted as a villain, choosing now to embrace the role. The live stream, the van, the website all point to a carefully constructed rollout. A new chapter. A new persona. But back to the music. One of the most powerful elements of What Did I Miss is the way Drake weaves personal grievance with broader commentary. He's not just talking about Kendrick. He's talking about fame, loyalty, and betrayal. He's grappling with the weight of a decade-long reign, and what happens when the kingdom starts to crumble. The line between genuine reflection and strategic self-pity is thin, but Drake knows how to toe it. Even his delivery feels layered. He doesn't shout. He doesn't rage. Instead, he speaks like someone who knows the game inside and out. Who knows that you don't have to yell when everyone's already listening. Still, for all the nuance, fans want answers. Will this track escalate things? Will Kendrick respond, or will he consider his dominance already established? Will Iceman carry more direct shots, or will it be a broader meditation on Drake's place in a changing rap landscape? What about LeBron? Will he address the perceived betrayal? Is Drake truly calling him out, or is the internet reading too far into vague phrasing? And what happens next if Kendrick drops Not Like Us PT2 or decides to remain silent altogether? This feud has always been about more than just bars. It's about ideology. About two very different men representing two very different visions of rap stardom. Kendrick, the conscious, introspective, poet savant. Drake, the commercially dominant, emotionally aware megastar. Their battle is symbolic of a larger shift in hip-hop, a war between substance and sensation, between the underground spirit and mainstream machinery. In that sense, What Did I Miss is more than just a track. It's a snapshot of a rap moment in flux. A line in the sand. A reminder that Drake isn't done talking, and that Kendrick's dominance hasn't silenced every voice. And whether or not the bars land like they used to, Drake knows one thing better than most. Controversy always sells. The live stream alone racked up hundreds of thousands of live viewers. The track was trending across multiple platforms within minutes. And Iceman, still unreleased, is already one of the most anticipated rap albums of the year. So here we are, another chapter in one of the genre's most fascinating rivalries. The shots have been fired, the lines have been drawn, and the fans are once again picking sides. And in the middle of it all is Drake, calmly driving a van through Toronto, rapping about betrayal, fame, and his place in the world, daring anyone, Kendrick, LeBron, the fans, to tell him he's not still a contender. Because one thing is clear, he's not finished yet. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.